My little helper and I here are going to plant some potatoes, but I don't actually want to plant them into my raised veggie beds because they're still full of winter veggies and they soon will be full of my summer crops as well. So instead, I'm going to use these really nifty potato grow bags. In this packet, there are 2 grow bags and they look like this. The perfect size to use in any garden, be it a large garden or a balcony or a courtyard garden. And of course, when they're not in use, they fold completely flat, which is really handy. Now, each one of these bags can have about 4 seed potatoes planted into, and then the whole thing will fill up with potatoes ready for you to harvest. They're super easy to harvest because you just tip the whole bag out and you can harvest your potatoes really easily that way. You can also bandicoot around for new potatoes when you think your potatoes might be ready by using this little window down here. Open that up and you can bandicoot around to get some new potatoes before the main crop. They've got plenty of drainage holes across the bottom here, and all we need to do now is plant. Potatoes will love you if you give them a full sun position and somewhere that's protected from any late spring frosts. If need be, you can always add some frost covers to keep them extra safe.
Roll down the sides of the bag to begin with. This will allow more light to the tops of the potatoes to encourage them to grow upwards, and you can fold the sides up as the potatoes grow.
So into the base of this prepped grow bag, I'm going to plant 4 seed potatoes on top of that 10 centimetres of potting mix, and then just cover them over with about another 4 centimetres of potting mix. Now, because these Nicola are indeterminate potatoes, they're going to produce potatoes off their stems as they grow. As they grow upwards, I'm going to keep covering up the new leafy growth, leaving about 15 to 20 centimetres of leafy growth exposed at all times. And I'm going to keep rolling up the sides of the bag as I go until I reach the top of the bag. I can use potting mix, I can use some compost, I can even use a mix of straw in there as well to help fill up the rest of the bag and encourage more potatoes to grow. Purple Congos are a determinate variety of potato, which means that they produce potatoes down into the ground rather than from their side stems. So instead, what we really need to do is 3/4 fill this bag with potting mix and then plant the potatoes about 10 centimetres deep. I'm going to label each one so I don't forget what's what, and then I'm going to water them in. And we're done. Now I just need to keep the water up to them when the potting mix dries out. Make sure they're not soggy, but make sure they don't dry out. And as the shoots come up on the indeterminate varieties, I'm just going to add more compost and potting mix on top to layer it up, and I'll open up the bag as I go. Depending on the variety of spuds that you've chosen to grow, you could be harvesting in as little as 70 to 90 days. That could give me spuds for Christmas.